Hey Professor, this is John Davis. I'll be talking about some of the overall progress we've made for Companionly, as well as the contributions I've made during Sprint 1. In the background, you'll see a quick demonstration of our app being deployed and being accessed from a web browser. Ben and Brandon will go further in depth on the validation and the implementation of the actual login and the registration that you're seeing. I'll go ahead and get started with the stuff that I worked on. Sprint 1 started with getting the Google Cloud platform set up and then ready for hosting the Spring Boot application. First, I created a new instance of a virtual machine titled here as the Google generated name Awesome Chess. I also created a MySQL instance that will serve as the database server to our application. The database server seems to be eating into our budget just a bit more at about double that of our compute engine, but with the current setup, we will run out of time before we run out of money. After setting up the cloud platform, it was time to start coding. I would just like to preface things with saying that a lot of Sprint 1 was learning web app development and then bridging the knowledge gap between the web app development and general web development. Uh, yeah, so like all apps, ours began with Hello World. After kind of learning things with Spring Boot and getting that under control, we slowly started to add a login screen and then started to make the changes needed to implement some styling and then eventually some JavaScript. Once we felt comfortable enough with the backbones we had for our login screen, we started to move on to establishing the database connection with our Google Cloud database and addressing the hurdles associated with that. One of the first lessons learned for me was probably try to practice and implement something that is applicable to our prototype. The database connection was a pretty big friction point for us. To better learn and understand how to do data access with our app, we had to create an extra database called orders, and we had to use this database to test out different functions within our models, controllers, and even just displaying the stuff live. Ben and Brandon will talk more about how they actually implemented some of this stuff, and they'll be able to speak more intelligently as to like what you're seeing on the final website for now. Thank you.